With Scream 7 hitting theaters recently, it's time to ask the question, how does Scream 7 stack up to the rest of the Scream movies in the franchise? So let's go ahead and get into this video ranking all of the Scream movies. If you checked out my latest review, you know who that's going to be at the bottom, and that is going to be Scream 7. When it comes to Scream 7, there was really not too much I liked about this movie. The whole Ghostface reveal, who was the actual killers themselves, and the whole motivation behind it was just so lackluster. It's my least favorite in the franchise. So getting to the next one on the list is going to be Scream 3. Now, before Scream 7 came out, the consensus on the Scream movies in the franchise, Scream 3 was a lot of people's lower tier movie. And sure, I'll probably agree with that it's probably not as strong as some of the other movies in the franchise, but I still think that Scream 3 is a solid, watchable movie. Next one is going to be Scream 2. When it comes to Scream 2 had the impossible task of living up to the first original movie with this first sequel. And I gotta say, when it comes to Scream 2, they did a pretty good job overall of living up to the original movie. This one is still a pretty great movie. It's a great sequel. Next one in the ranking, I gotta go with Scream 5. When it comes to Scream 5, this was a good return to the franchise of Scream when we haven't had a Scream movie in almost 11 years. This one had an impossible task of just giving us a good Scream movie after not having one for 11 years. And they were able to live up to that. They gave us a great new cast of characters that are likable. We get the return cast of some of our legacy characters. And next up, we got Scream 6. One of my favorite things about this movie was that the whole New York setting was, I think, a pretty good setting to have for this movie. With this movie, this one is definitely one of the more gruesome ones in the franchise, and I think this one is definitely a stronger contender for being one of the better ones in the franchise. Getting into the number 2 spot is going to be Scream 4. This one I really do like, and aside from the original Scream movie, this one is probably one of my other favorites in the franchise. To me, this one is one of the better sequels in the franchise. But one of the things I like about this movie is the whole Ghostface reveal, is the whole motivation behind the Ghostface. And who it ended up being. I was like shocked and surprised. This one probably has one of the most shocking reveals in all of the franchise. Of course, coming in at the top spot is going to be the first original Scream movie. As Sydney said in Scream 4, never fuck with the original. And she is right, rightfully so. When it comes to the first original Scream movie, this one is definitely one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Just the way that you get this first movie, it sets up this whole franchise. Just the way we get the reveals of Stu and Billy. And just setting this standard for, slasher, mystery, whodunits. They really were cooking when they came out with this movie. And it just shows as time goes on how this movie just stands the test of time. How many people still love this movie. How many people go into this movie watching it for the first time and end up liking it. This just sets a precedent for just horror in general, slashers and all that. So of course, the original first Scream movie had to come in at the top spots.